Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to do a kind of a rant of the week, vlog, update, whatever you want to call it. I just haven't done any kind of rants for a little bit. You know, work has been still pretty crazy. Sales manager just quit, and my front office supervisor's leaving us. But I've got a bunch of new employees starting, which is great, because usually it's like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of searching. But this just happened. I found two really good candidates, like, right off the bat. So, pretty happy about that. So I've got... I'm actually overstaffed. I just have to get through the training process. Then I'll be able to take a little extra time off here and there. So it's been kind of crazy. So I haven't been able to do a real rant of the week. So I just wanted to kind of touch base on a few things, common questions that have been asked of people. I've had people ask me about showing off my review area. It's not a huge, or my collection area. It's not a huge area is the thing. Basically what I have that I'm able to dedicate to my collections, I've got this wall here, with the Transformers, which I've showed that off not that long ago. And then I've got this big shelf there, which has my Warhammer stuff. And then I've got this desk that I work on with Warhammer stuff here. And then I've got the review desk that you guys see in all the reviews. So it's not a lot of space. I don't have like a dedicated like basement like I know like Skullface does. He's got this massive He's got like this massive basement that he's been able to dedicate to. Mine is, it's much more, it's a much smaller area, but it suits my needs. The only thing that it hinders is the fact that, like, when I say I don't have space for, you know, the 2-foot tall combiners, stuff like that. I mean, literally, this is the space I have to work with right now. So I just do not have space for those giant combiners. I don't have, you know, in robot mode, I have the space for them. It's just those big, huge combiners. I can't do it. But that's just, you know, we all have our own, you know, what we can work with collection-wise, and area-wise. Big topic of today is, I actually wanted to talk about that series that I had just started a little bit ago, and it is working pretty well. It seems like a lot of people seem to really like these videos of older figures, the How Are They Holding Up series. I still have a pretty big box of figures that I'm going to go through. My brother lives about 2 hours away now, so it's kind of hard to hook up with him you know, he used to live down the street, so it was like, you know, I could just walk down there and you know, grab figures. But that's where my DX9 Megatron and my MP10 ended up, and my downsized MP10 as well. Just because it's like when I get to this point on my collection where I'm like, I don't have space for X anymore. He's over there like, I'll take X, and it's like, if it's something I don't want to sell or can't sell or whatever, you know, I'll just toss it over to him. And he puts them on, you know, he usually gets first crack on stuff that I sell. That's where, like, my NECA Predators ended up. That's where my NECA Turtles ended up. That's where my SH Turtles ended up. MP10, like that. Like I said, you know, some other older collections and stuff like that. That's where they usually end up, is his house. He's actually got a better display area than I do, but he doesn't have the collection that I do, so it's kind of funny. Like, hey, can we switch places? but where, you know, what I have that he doesn't, as I have a better place. No offense to him. But anyway, so I've got I think a couple dozen or so figures to still look through. I'm pretty excited about some of them. Some of them I haven't looked at in a real while. It's been a lot of fun for me too. You know, I know a lot of people are like, you know, oh yeah, I was just getting back into collecting, or I'm just getting into collecting, and you know, it's really nice to see how these older figures are holding up and how and whatnot. And so it's helping you guys or some people out, but it's helping me out too, because it's like I said, I haven't messed with a lot of these figures since I got them. I just don't have the time to just mess with my toys as much as I used to. There are some that I seem to naturally gravitate to, like the Fans Toys Chomp is one of them, and so is Drag Strip, the Fans Toys Drag Strip. They're just fun to manipulate and pose and just goof around with. But there's other figures the DX9 Blitzwing. I pulled him off the shelf. I bought him. I had him years ago, so I bought him off of eBay and put him on the shelf. And I was like, cool. And, fills the void. And then when I actually took him down and manipulated it, I'm like, did not age well. So I ended up selling him. I'm actually, I don't know. I'm kind of debating on the KFC Headmasters. Getting rid of those just because they're not that great, but still they're probably the best options we're ever going to have with them. But it's just been kind of fun to get them off the shelf and look at. Now here's the thing about that, and a lot of people that have watched my channel for years know the type of person I am. I am the type of person that rotates the collection. If I start thinking that Chug is a better way to go, I'll sell all my MP and go Chug. And if I start thinking MP is the better way to go after Chug again, I'll rotate it out again. And I keep doing that. I haven't done that in a while, to be sure. I'm pretty much sticking with the MP at this point. But that means I don't have all of these older figures. So I get requests like, oh, can you do... I had one person request to do a how are they holding up with / war of the original MP Bumblebee and the newer MP Bumblebee. I don't have any MP Bumblebee right now, so I can't do that. I had another person ask me if I could take a look at the how the Feral Clowns are holding up, and it's like I don't have the Predakings. I don't have them anymore, so I can't look at them for you guys. All that being said, is if anybody out there wants me to look at older figures, let me know. Hit me up if you have them and you're willing to send them over, and I can do a how are they holding up video of them. And we can maybe do 50-50 on shipping or something like that. Like you send it to me and I'll send it back. I don't mind doing something like that. If you guys want me to look at older figures that I don't have, but the thing is I'm not going to go out of my way and buy, an old MMC Predacon set to look at. As much as I think that would be fun to look at how they're holding up, because I think those guys would probably be holding up pretty well in comparison to other combiners of its age. So yeah, that's it's upside downside, like I said, of rotating my collection is just like I don't have, the upside is I don't have all these old figures sitting around my desk, and taking up valuable review or shelf space. And then the downside is I can't go into the closet, pick them up, and take a look at them. I have some really old figures, some old Beast Wars stuff that I had from when they first came out. I still have those in a box, so we'll probably take a look at those as well. But I do have a number of Masterpiece figures too that we'll look at, but I don't think the Beast Wars will go as well as the other MPs. And then of course I also have all the MP Beast Wars, which a lot of them are getting a little older, so we can do a video on them, like the Primal and the Cheetor and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't go back in time and look at something with current eyes. It's just not something I can do. So like I said, if somebody's out there like, oh, they got the MMC Feral Cons and they want me to do a video of them, hit me up and we could do something with the shipping and we'll go from there. But I mean, I can't, like I said, I just can't justify purchasing something just to look at real quick. I did that, when the channel was still newer, not super new, but newer. where I was trying to get every single figure so I could do those comparison videos, but at the end of the day, there wasn't enough return for me for the investment, so I ended up like taking hits every single time I did it, financially, and it's like, I have money for toys, but I don't have enough money for all toys. So it's like it was hindering the collection, and I just can't afford to do that. When you're sitting there, like, for example, the Predator King War, and we've talked about this before. I bought all 3 Predacon sets, and we're talking $1,300 or $1,400 for everything. And it's like, what I should have done was, for a smart collector, spent $500 on the MMC and spent the other $900 on other figures I didn't have at the time. It's like I would rather buy, one good, a handful of good figures than one figure 4 times. Just like, I've got the Fancy Toys Trailbreaker, and I've got the X-Transbots Perceptor, and as much as I would love to buy the alternate versions of them through X-Transbots and all that, and Fancy Toys and Bad Cube and do comparison videos, it's financially it's not feasible for me to do. So yeah, long story short, if you guys want me to look at older figures I don't have, hit me up, and we can see, like, if you have them, hit me up, and like if you just want me to, like, hey, I know a lot of people out there, like, keeping with the MMC guys, they still love their MMC Predacons, and lost my train of thought, and they probably want me to just, like, promote them, and I would be happy to do that, but I mean, again, I would also be, as always, 100% honest in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, yeah, a friend of mine sent me these Predacons, so yeah, I'm going to say you should pick them up. But yeah, I mean, anyway. And then I'm also going to be starting, trying this again, now that I've got the YouTube kind of reset, like my settings on there, because it was set to the 18 or older only, because that seemed to have been the only way to get my videos on where they're not being flagged. But now I've got it kind of set where it's adult language, or something like that. I've got it set where I'm able to do the videos again, and it seems to be reaching a wider audience. So I'm going to try doing these, the Warhammer reviews again, where I look at the frames, I look at the rules, I give my opinions of them. So I'm going to try to do that, maybe just do like one video a week or something like that. They're a lot more time consuming than the Transformers, just because after I do the review of the frame, then I got to do the review of the model put together, or show the model put together. So it takes a little bit more time and effort than Transformer, where it's like I could just show it on the shelf or show it there, and sometimes transform it, sometimes not, and then move on with my day. So this takes a little bit more time and effort, but I want to try it and see how it works, because it would be kind of cool if I can reach that audience as well. It's just something I'm passionate about, so it's like something, might as well show it. If it like before, when I did it a couple times before with the new Giant kit that had come out and some old Beast of Chaos figures, it didn't seem to do very well, so I gave up on it. So we'll see how this turns out, and we'll just we'll see. Hopefully it's something that people will enjoy, even if they're not into Warhammer. At least they can and maybe just enjoy the content. But we'll see how it goes. We'll give that a try. I'm trying to get together with Alex. She's the one that does my intro videos. She builds them, or she films them and all that stuff. So I want to do a different intro video for those. So before I start putting out videos, I want to have that little leeway there. So, or little intro. So I have some time before I can do that. It's like getting together with her isn't that hard, but getting together with her where we have time to just sit down and play on the computer and take photos of toys, that becomes a challenge. It's just like we just don't have that kind of time, because the intro video took hours to film. It was very time consuming, and then it was editing and but anyway, I don't think we'll go all out with stuff like that. Probably just something a little bit simpler. But anyway, I guess that's really all I got for now. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying those How Are They Holding Up videos, and I want to keep doing them. I just don't know how much longer I can keep doing them once I'm out of older figures. I mean, it gets to a point, so...